Hey family, it's your girl Kiri and this is Keeping Up with Kiri and I'm back today with another video. Today's video is going to be a little different. I'm going to be giving you my top 10 Netflix recommendations. These are going to be TV shows, not movies. If you would like my top 10 movie suggestions from Netflix, please comment down below. If you are new here, welcome to the family. If this interests you, please stay tuned. All right guys, I do have my handy dandy notebook here so I can tell you them by order. There is no particular order, but I did write them down just so I'll remember to tell you because I love a lot of the shows on Netflix. So anyway, enough of the babbling. The first show is All American. If you don't know what All American is, please go to Netflix and watch the trailer. All American is amazing. It is a wonderful show. It's basically about a high school student. His name is Spencer James. He's really good at football. He ends up leaving a school that's in I'll say a low-income school, and then he ended up going to a school in Beverly Hills with his coach, who was also from that same neighborhood. You just gotta watch the show for yourself, but it is All American. I am gonna put it here so you'll see what it looks like, but please check out All American. Number 2 is You. The show is called You with Joe Goldberg and Love Goldberg. If you don't know about You, what are you doing? Okay, who doesn't know about You? You is such a great show. It's very cringy, edgy. If you don't like blood or if you're like grossed out by that type of stuff, then don't watch this show. But if you're not grossed out by that, if you love like a good, it's kind of like, it's like real edgy, like real, it's like a romance type of show. Like, you just gotta check out the trailer. So first is All American. Number 2 is You, which brings us to number 3. Number 3 is Shameless. Now Shameless is a little ratchet, okay? It has a lot of cursing, a lot of sex. I wouldn't recommend any of these shows to your kids. Please don't watch these shows, kids. It's not for children, but Shameless is very ranchy type. It's very ratchet, very it's one of those shows that kids shouldn't be watching, in my opinion. These kids nowadays, they watch anything, but I don't think kids should be watching that show. Shameless is that type of show. It has children in it, but the language they use and the actions they do, they don't need to be watching it. So, but Shameless is a good show. It's about 12 seasons of Shameless. It has been around for a long time, but it is a good show to watch to me. So that's 3 show. Number 4, of course, is Criminal Minds. I love Criminal Minds. If you haven't, any of these shows that you haven't seen, go watch the trailer for them and probably test out like the first 1 or 2 episodes and see if you like them. But Criminal Minds is the 4th show on my list, and I love Criminal Minds. I love the old Criminal Minds, not the new one, because I don't like when they change the characters in a show, because it kind of takes away the bond that we created. Like these was my people. So now they have new members, like Morgan left, a couple of the old team left, but check out Criminal Minds. I believe there are 12 seasons on Netflix, but I think there are 13. I don't even know how many seasons because I stopped watching it once Morgan left. But anyway, check out Criminal Minds. That is number 4 on my list. 5 is Blacklist. Blacklist is a very good show. It's a lot of action. It's a lot of it's pretty much just action. It's one of those one of those shows that have you like on edge, like what's happening next type of show. I love Blacklist. It's a really good show. So check that out as well. I'm not sure how many seasons. It is a lot. It's more than 3, I can tell you that, because I watched all of them, okay? All of these shows are binge worthy. So one day when you're off work, take time to relax and pop on one of these shows. Just come back to this video or save this video, share this video, or write down all of the shows I said and then watch them one day. The next show is Blood and Water. This show is new to me and it's a new show to Netflix. The other shows aren't new to Netflix, but Blood and Water is really new to Netflix. It only has 2 seasons, I want to say. Yeah, 2 seasons, because the 2nd season just came out this year. But it's a really good show. Also, it's kind of like All American. It's similar to All American in a way. I think this show is based off of like Africa, like the rich part with the rich kids or whatever. But it's that same type of genre, that show in All American. So check that out. Also, and the 7th show on my list is Self-Made by Madam C.J. Walker. Well, it's based off of her. This wasn't really a show. It was kind of like a documentary that they chopped up. I don't even remember how many seasons. I think it was only like one long thing. I want to say it had like 10 or 11 episodes, but it was really good. It gave you a little background on Madam CJ Walker and how she became an entrepreneur and how she started. But that's really good too if you're interested in that type of thing. It's not like the other shows. This is more of like a biography. Yeah, kind of like a biography or whatever. The next show is also a newer show, Maid. This only has one season. I don't know if they're gonna bring it back, but it was really good. It was really sad. It's I'll give you a little backstory on Maid. Maid is about a young lady. She's in a abusive relationship, verbally abusive, emotionally abusive, not really physical. He didn't put his hands on her, but he still calls her abuse. They had a child, and she ended up getting up in the middle of the night, taking her child. She was running, she was struggling. It was like the struggle. So it was sad in that department, but she did overcome the obstacles that were presented to her. So check that out. Maid is a really good 10 out of 10 recommend. I like that show. What is this? My next show is clickbait. I actually learned about clickbait. I kept hearing about it and I kept seeing people talk about it on Facebook, and I was like, what is this show? So I watched the trailer and I watched it. I actually watched it while I was in quarantine at the end of August, but that is a really good show. It's only one season of that too. I hope they bring it back because we kind of found out who did everything, but that was a really good show. Now that is something that you definitely you would cater just one day to that. Like, don't even move. Have your snacks, your drinks, because that show it has you on the edge of your seat. Like, you're gonna be like, oh my goodness, like, but clickbait, oops, I'm sorry guys. Clickbait is what that's called. That was a really good show also. That brings me to Squid Games. I've listed 10, but I forgot one that I really like. So this is gonna be my top 11, a little bonus one. But Squid Games, I knew nothing. I kept hearing about it, but I didn't like jump on it. I'm not one of those people to just watch something as soon as everybody say watch it. Like, I'll wait a little bit and wait till the hype die down, then I watch it. So with Squid Games, I watched Squid Games. I did like it. It was pretty interesting. I didn't like how the subtitles, like, they're in English. Like, you know how if you watch a Chinese movie or one of those movies from a foreign country and their mouth is moving faster than the words, that's what that, I guess it was a Chinese show or wherever it comes from. I could be wrong, but I want to say China, and they basically made it look like they were speaking in English, so the captions matched. That's kind of what they did to make it I guess come to America or whatever. But other than that, it was a really good show. It just shows you, like, you gotta watch that show. I ain't gonna give you too much, but it was a really good show. I did enjoy it. I don't know if they're gonna bring that back, because it was like one of those from start to finish shows, just like Maid. Like, it wasn't no need to bring it back. One of those type of shows, like the end was the end. Not like, not like, oh man, I can't wait till next season. It wasn't that type of show. Like, the end was definitely the end. Okay. And lastly, I watched Outer Banks. Now, this isn't a show that I would usually watch, but my grandma was watching it and she told me about it. Or my sister, one of them was watching it. And I was like, let me see what it's about. So I started watching like the first episode and I was like, oh, okay, I can watch this. I watched this over quarantine too. I watched Outer Banks and Clickbait over quarantine, but those Outer Banks is a really good show. It's very interesting. I'll give you a little backstory on that. It's just about a group of teenagers. They come from, like, some of them, three out of the four were like come from like the poor area of that poor neighborhood of that area, and they were friends. They all were friends, and they would just like go on like, what you call it, adventures. They were like older kids, like in high school. It was a really good show. It was pretty interesting, and I want to say that had probably 2 or 3 seasons, but it was really good. It was really, really good. So I liked it. So that's really all for my top, it was top 10, but my top 11 Netflix shows. So I hope if you are watching these shows already, tell me what's your favorite show right now out of the 11 that I gave. Let me know which one's your favorite. I like all of the shows, so I don't have like a favorite one, but if you are watching it, like I said, or have seen it, comment down below and let me know. Let's chat. Like, let me know what's your favorite show, what you didn't like, what you did like, you know, and like this video. So if you are new here, again, welcome. I'm Kiri. This is Keeping Up with Kiri. We are a family on this channel. I love you guys. Please be sure to like, to comment, and subscribe, and share this video, okay? Because somebody might want to know what's some good shows. I see people all the time say, what's some good shows on Netflix? Boom, here you go. You got it in video format, okay? So that's all for this video. Until next time, family.